Hallo miteinander, I'm Gish86, and this is Touhou Koukayaku The Game. This time we're taking on the red-white. However, it's not going to be easy. It seems she has relocated to a very remote place, a bunch of floating islands to be exact. Wonder why she would do something like that. Maybe it was to escape all of those hordes of donation givers. As if. Maybe in Reimu's wildest dreams, but not really. Anyway, we got the last member of our team last time, Ichirin. Now, she is pretty darn amazing. She has a very high rate of fire, her attacks are very powerful, and they can even cancel out bullets, just like Murasa. You might be wondering, why would I get her last if she's so good? Well, on the difficulty we're playing, normal, Nazrin pretty much gets Ichirin's job done, and that is just ripping through enemy lines during stages. So I thought it had more priority to get a very good boss killer and a decent platformer first. Apart from that, Ichirin does have some weaknesses to her. Her range is relatively low, and she also has a blind spot in what her attacks cover, and that is right in front of your face. Don't let enemies come too close. Now about the stage itself, it's another very cool one. I like it a lot. It has a kind of whimsical atmosphere to it. I think it's because of the music, it sounds very un-Touhou-ish. If you listen very closely, you will be able to spot a bit of emotional skyscraper, cosmic mind in it, which is Byakuren's boss theme. However, the way it is, it reminds me a lot more of, say, a Disney Capcom game, maybe Magical Quest. Down here is another piece of cheese. Now, actually you don't really need all the cheese in this game, it's something I show off for the sake of completion and all, mostly because whenever you reach a new section in this game, you're automatically healed to full health. For the longest time I didn't even care where a lot of the cheese was hidden, but I admit that it can help you out if things are looking grim. For the second half of this level I'm going to stick to Sho. For these crumbling blocks it really helps to shoot every time you jump, because the appearing ghosts will be right in your line of fire. Since we're already talking about these little ghosts, you've seen a lot of them throughout the game, and you might consider them to be just cannon fodder, almost unnecessary. However, if you're playing on hard mode or even higher, they become extremely relevant because they are so fast. If you're playing Ichirin, they will be on kissing range immediately, and you won't be able to hit them anymore. Then it's either back off or get a restraining order for these creeps. But now we're in pretty much the last section of the level. I use Sho for this because she's so good at doing long climbs. I mean, there are jumps that you can't even make as other characters, but it's not too big of a deal. You cannot even be in this level without having everyone. Sho would be very good at her own level now that I think about it. You can actually redo stages in this game and use the characters you've gained from them. So technically you could do mirror battles. Sho against Sho. Like a mirror battle in Street Fighter. Man, those never made any kind of sense to me. How would you explain them? Oh, I got it. Your long-lost evil twin brother thinks you stole his life and he now wants revenge for it. Nah, you know what? Because video games is a good enough explanation for me, honestly. So, we're almost at the end of this level. They're really ramping it up with the enemies at the ending part. Pretty much what you would expect. What is this? A Yukuri? Kill it! Break it open and suck out the bean paste. Oh. Well, maybe later. For now, we are standing in front of the Shrine Maiden of Paradise, Reimu Hakure. She is the main character of the Touhou series, and wow, her artwork in this game is really pretty. I'm surprised. I'm not quite sure what it is, it might be the hair, and she's so eloquent too. Wow. I might become a fan of her after all. Unfortunately for us, it doesn't seem like we're all that welcome here. So, we're going to have to fight. Reimu uses a lot of very dangerous attacks. At first it's only these indestructible amulets, but it gets harder. I use Ichirin for this fight instead of Murasa. Murasa is also pretty good, but Ichirin has an easier time hitting the destructible bullets in the fight. Because she has a wider vertical range to her attacks. Also, her range doesn't really matter all that much because Reimu is always going after you anyway. During the middle part of the fight, Reimu will throw a lot of these ground bombs at you. She does surprisingly little in this here. I think this part is actually a little bit bugged. You see these bullets at the side just dissolving, and I'm not sure if this was intended. Or maybe it was a last minute change of the developers, because they thought this fight might have been too hard. It is a very tough fight. I'd say it's even harder than Sho's and the hands down toughest fight in the game. Once Reimu gets low on health, she goes into one last phase, using all of her attacks to maximum efficiency to really mess you up once more. So, the fight is over. We have found who was responsible for whatever issue we wanted to resolve, and hey, what's this? It wasn't the Shrine Maiden at all. Man, I knew she wasn't that good looking. I should have known from the start. Anyway, here is the true villain of this game, Nue Hoju. She is, well, a Nue. That is a demon in Japanese mythology that borrows features of several animals. Kind of comparable to a chimera. Anyway, in the Touhou fandom, Nue is pretty much a troublemaker, and I don't mean just prankster like the Three Silly Fairies. Instead, she's really obnoxious to the residents of Gensokyo. She's been responsible for all this nonsense going about, whatever it actually was. And Byakuren Hijiri is shouting ellipses with all her might at her. However, I think this is falling on deaf ears somehow. Oh, you know that, Nue. Always up to no good. Coming up is actually the final boss fight of the game. If you didn't do all that well against Reimu, don't worry about it, because you get another checkpoint and a full health refill here, as if you've just cleared a section. Alright, let's do this. First of all, the best choice of character here is Murasa. She can easily hit Nue from many different angles, making it just a lot easier to deal damage. Apart from that, believe it or not, this fight is actually easier than the one against not Reimu. Absolutely. The reason for that might be because a lot of Nue's attacks seem strangely unfocused. But let's go over these attacks. A lot of them aren't really all that dangerous, like see all these many destructible bullets? Well, they're slow and destructible, what else shall you say about them? Apart from that, Nue also has a lot of attacks that do strangely little damage, like the red lasers that she sometimes fires. However, there are also some that you have to watch out for, like these balls that turn into flame pillars. Try to run under them or get away from them. Don't jump over them, or else they may scorch your behind. When Nue gets low on health, she really spawns a lot of bullets. It's kind of hard to tell where she is, however, most of the bullets are destructible and just shoot where most of the stuff is coming from. It really doesn't seem like Nue is trying to attack you. A lot of the times she just shoots somewhere, and that's really the prime reason why it isn't all that hard. It even looks harder than it is. Man, looking at Nue now, her bow tie is huge. Maybe that is the actual entity. Maybe Nue is a demonic bow tie, just like Hogasa is a demonic umbrella. So, with that, we have beaten Touhou Koukayaku The Game. However, we shouldn't feel so proud just yet, because Nue is a very sore loser. If she can't win, no one should. So, she's going to blow this place sky high. I hope some debris falls on that hideous abomination. Well, seems like we're quite in a pickle here. Now, for the longest time, I was theorizing about the story of this game. I actually thought that it was kind of a prequel to Touhou 12, about the time before Byakuren was sealed by humans. Unfortunately, not only do you not see her getting sealed, but she actually didn't know Nazrin before she was later unsealed, so all in all, that theory is a little wonky. But enough about that. Luckily, our friends have just shown their faces and are now helping us fend off the worst. However, I kind of have to wonder, is our care, respect for each other enough to save our lives? Or is there some hidden discord in our group? Maybe Sho thinks Ichirin smells a bit odd. And I have heard that Murasa actually thinks that Nazarin's hair is stupid. Will it be enough? Will our friendship and loyalty be strong enough? Actually, I do not know, because the rest of the story is unfortunately in Martianese, and I cannot read that. I really wish I would know what's going on, but I don't think that an English patch for this game will ever arrive, because even for a Touhou fan game, it is very obscure. This might have been the final level of the game. Nonetheless, there are still some hidden unlockables to find and loose ends to tie up, so next time we will be getting those. I'm Gesh86, this was Touhou Koukayaku The Game, and I will let you enjoy the ending now. Bis bald!